Hey friends, this is the best sourdough bread baking kit to get you started. So this is absolutely amazing. You don't need anything else than this except the flour and your sourdough to get started on your journey. And I'm gonna go over all of these things and why I love them and what makes them so great. So number one, this is your stirring spoon. So this is great. And what this does is, you start with a really shaggy dough. And so what this does is it ends up just being the perfect tool to just stir it up because this scrapes it along the sides of the bowl and mixes it up, and then this kind of kneads it as it goes. So you don't really need to knead your sourdough that much, and so that's where this comes in really handy because it's just gonna stir it all up and get it all mixed in, and then your hands are gonna do most of the work after that because you're gonna be doing your stretch and folds. The next thing that you really, really need is this. So really up until you stir your dough and then you're just gonna let it sit in the bowl and you're good. So you don't need any of this stuff. This is step one. This is all the other steps. So this is step one and it's fantastic. You can use a wooden spoon, but you're just not gonna get all the ingredients dispersed as well. And so that's why this comes in really handy. You can also mix it with your hands, but you're gonna have dough all over your hands. And so I just really, really love this. I really love it. And it all comes in this great set. And so you don't have to worry about needing anything else or trying to find it. And I just have a nice convenient place in my kitchen to store it. So that's number one. Then you're gonna let everything rise and do its thing. You're gonna do the bulk ferment, and then you are going to shape your dough. And that is where this is going to come in handy. So after you let your dough rise, you pour it out or you take it out of the container where it rose. And then this is great because this is also a flat edge. So you can cut it in half if you do a bigger recipe and you're doing 2 bowls at a time, that's always great. Or if you are, 2 loaves at a time. So that's great. And this is great for this, of course, because it comes with both styles. So then you can separate your dough and you can separate it in half, and then you can just work it around because you don't want to deflate all that wonderful air that you just rose inside your dough. So this, you can just scrape right along, and I'll show you a video of all that, but you can just scrape this right along the bottom of the dough and just keep it in that nice circle so it continue to rise and continue to get all those air bubbles. And then that is when these bowls are going to come in handy. All right, so actually we're going to use this too. So we are going to cover the top of our dough with the flour, and then we're going to dump it, or sorry, not dump, we're going to gently fold it over. And you don't want any extra flour on it, but you also want to be really delicate with it. So that's where this comes in handy. And yes, this is pink and it comes with green, but it was dirty right now. So you want to just gently do it off. And then this comes in really handy if you want to do like a design on the top, or if you want to do like sesame seeds on it. This just comes in handy in a couple times when you don't want any excess flour on it. Okay, so then you shape it and you put it in these. So this is the boulet and this is the batard. So after you shape them, you put them in there. You can see these are very well loved and very well used. You can either put it inside this, or you can use this as a cover for it so it doesn't get all dry and yucky on the top. And then you can have this nice round design. So whichever way you want to do it, I do it both ways. There's no right way, there's no wrong way, but it's awesome because it comes with 2. So you can make 2 loaves at a time if you want. I love always having 2 loaves. You can always keep one or give one away, but having fresh bread around is always perfect. So shape it, put it in these, and then you let it sit in your fridge overnight. Okay, then when it's time to cook, you are going to use your lame. And this comes with 4 razors. And the razors, because they're going to go dull, you can just pop them right out. So you can see right there, you can just pop them right out. So these are awesome. So you can either do it on either side, and you can shape it in all the different ways. There's so many different ways to cut it, but you do want to cut it because if you don't cut it, you don't give anywhere for all those amazing sourdough gases to escape and let that rise up. So there you have it. So that is your Sourdough 101 start to finish with this sourdough baking kit. Stick around and I will show just a few videos of the processes all in order, but this is everything you need and it is a perfect beginner.